Well, what it was is I'm originally from Maine here, lived here most of my life, and I had moved to Tennessee, down to Nashville, so I was staying down there. Back in 2000, in January, right after you guys had that big snowstorm, I believe it was there, a friend of mine and I were driving back home, coming back to visit my family up here in Maine, and on our way up, I had taken the old Augusta route, the coastal route, right after you
Yes.
get over the bridge there. While we were driving, we were coming down the straightaway. Right, actually, it came around a bend in the straightaway, and I had a '97 Ford Thunderbird, and it was pearl white. And this is the only reason that I think that I seen this what it. I have my own opinions of what it was, because it matches the snow, because that pearl white and the black glass, and when you're like the way the light would hit it, it would look like the tar. So,
So you're saying your
anyways,
car was camouflaged, kind of?
yeah, extremely. I would say it was extremely camouflaged because of the way the snow was, and how black tar is. And when you look at a windshield at certain angles, it looks black. So I don't think
That's interesting.
Yeah. So that's one of the conclusions I came to. On the strip there, I looked up to my right, and you see how it gets heavy on the branches, and sometimes it'll fall down. When snow gets weighted. Well, I looked over and I didn't think anything of it, and then all of a sudden, while we're coming down, I'm probably about, I'd say about 100 yards, 150 yards away from it. I looked at my friend Andy. I said, "Look, there's a moose," because I thought it was a moose that was walking out from underneath these big pine trees. Well, we started to slow down because he's, Tennessee. He's never seen anything like a moose or anything. So I started to slow down, and what it wasn't a moose. I was slowing down, and we're gradually getting faster. I was doing about 70, and we're slowing down, and this thing came out from underneath the pine tree and just started walking down the side of the hillside there. And we're slowing, and it's looking, and those are quiet vehicles, so I don't really know if it knew we were coming or not. I think that it was camouflaged pretty well. My buddy's screaming, "What the hell is that? What is that?" And I couldn't even talk. I was just amazed at what I was seeing. It got to about the middle of the road, it stopped and slowed down, and I'd say I was probably about 35, maybe 40 feet from this thing, and it's sitting there looking at us, and it's kind of like hunkering down a little bit, looking in the car, and it turned around, it spun around, and I've seen bear. I'm an avid hunter, trapper, fisherman. I've seen bear from Maine all the way down to, the Carolinas and Tennessee. I've never seen anything so big run so fast in my life. I've seen elk run, moose, everything. This thing, within like 2 leaps, was probably another 30 feet back up, the bank in there, was looking down at us, walked up the embankment, sat there, stood back again, and like was at the tree line looking, didn't seem phased or anything else like that, and then walked back into the tree line. I mean, it was, my buddy there, we were both just like, what the hell was that, and it was truly an amazing sight. I'm used to being out in the woods, running trap lines, I used to run coon hounds and stuff. To this day, I just can't find it. I'll wake up some mornings and not even be able to go out in the woods because it's so fresh in my mind about what's out there, and that I'm not at the top of the food chain,